And I will tell you, this slide is a business and life changer if you follow it, if you can internalize what I'm about to show you. So this idea of molding and batching your calendar, all right? Let me first explain what molding your calendar means. Again, this idea of rain, when you pour water into a mold, okay? When you pour a liquid into a mold, why does the mold work? Because what a mold does is it forces that liquid that normally can just go anywhere and everywhere, right? It forces it into only go certain places. Other areas are blocked. Does that make sense? And so when I think about molding your calendar, it's the same thing. And so what I like to mold my calendar with and suggest to my clients is to mold it with what I call pro time. Pro, if you remember, these are proactive, significant activities, right? This is the time when you can do your high level, working on your business, high mental energy, proactive, significant activities. Mostly your pillars, but there are other things, right? There are other things that show up that need the same kind of focus and attention. And so for me personally, okay, my pro time is, and this is not mine, mine happens to be 7 to 11, 5 days a week. And I recently started adding it 7 to 12, 2 days a week, right? And what that means to me and my clients who do this is I don't even entertain, like if someone says, oh, can you meet with me at 9:30 on Wednesday or something? I don't even have to look at my calendar. I already know the answer, right? I already know the answer is no, right? I have a molded calendar and you've got to kind of fit into to where, where I can take you. Now, I'm not suggesting that's the best mold for you. In this example, we call this one kind of like a call day, all day thing, right? And again, I don't know at your level or how you're running your business now in this new world, how much in-person stuff you're doing, whether you're ever going to prospective client's house, whatever. But in this particular thing, you have your pro time from 8 to noon on Mondays, on Tuesdays from 8 to noon, and then Fridays 8 to noon, right? And then all of your meetings, your scheduled meetings kind of fit in around that, right? And you kind of dedicate Wednesdays and Thursdays in this case. Those would be, days where you could meet with people all day if you needed to. You could go to someone's house. You could meet at a coffee shop. And then, the Monday, Tuesday, Friday is kind of your zone. And again, if people are coming to your office, that's okay. I'm considering that kind of the same as a virtual meeting. You don't have to get up and travel, but you kind of batch your meetings in the second part of those days, right? Meaning you don't want these island meetings. You don't, because if you have island meetings, if you just start saying yes to every place, oh, there's white space, I'll say yes to that person. There's white space, I'll say yes. You wind up stopping, starting all day, and you almost never get anything done. And so when you batch similar things like meeting with clients, meeting with prospects, you minimize what scientists call switching costs. And switching costs are that, it's kind of that momentum you lose when you stop and start, if that makes sense. So I'm a huge fan of molding your calendar, right, for your pro time, and then batching your meetings, in your case, your client meetings, your prospect meetings, right? And making sure you do the best job you can to do that. Now, I want to be clear about something. It's not that during pro time, including myself, that I can never talk to someone. It's just I don't schedule anything. So for example, follow-up is part of my pro time. If I need to call someone to follow up, I will call them. I just don't schedule anything. Does that make sense? I don't have a scheduled meeting during that time.